Welcome to Transforming the Toddler Years, the podcast for conscious parents, caregivers, and educators who believe tantrums aren't terrible. They are powerful opportunities for connection, growth, and learning during the first 5 years. You'll explore how to use intentional language to raise calm, confident, and deeply connected kids, because the way we talk to kids becomes how they see themselves and engage with the world. Hi, I'm your host, Cara Tyrrell, classroom teacher turned parent educator and teacher trainer. Are you ready to nurture your children's mind, body, and spirit? Welcome, Toddler Tribe. Let's transform the toddler years together. Welcome back, Toddler Tribe, to another episode of Transforming the Toddler Years. And I am so excited to be back in the recording space. For those of you that don't know, I took the entire summer, a full 8 weeks, a 2-month spread, and I re-released episodes. So if you're brand new to the podcast or relatively new, then you heard them for the first time. And if not, they were a bit of a refresher. But what was I doing? Oh, I was having the time of my life writing a book. The first draft is now submitted to my editor, and we are working on, honing it and crafting it to be the resource that will be in your hands in April 2026. But I missed you. I missed the podcasting, and I missed being able to sit and answer your questions and meditate on your struggles. And so it's so good to be back on the microphone. And, it's back to school. It is a big transition. It's fall. There's all kinds of cyclical events happening for you, for your children. A lot of them are transitioning into new spaces with new people. And if those are particular struggles of yours, there are resources for you in this show. There are episodes from last year and the year before that you can absolutely tap into. And I want you to know that if you need some advice or you need a little pointing in the right direction, just send me a message on Instagram, DM me, say, hey, this is my struggle. What episode do you have that might align? But for right now, what I really want to do is reground the mission with you. This is really important, especially right now. One of the chapters of my book is all about the COVID effect. And yes, COVID is long behind us as far as the intensity of the fear and the anxiety and like the in-our-face survival experience of it. But we are just starting to see the long-term effects, the long tail effects, if you will, from a longitudinal study perspective of how it deeply impacted your infants, toddlers, and preschoolers on a human level, an emotional level, a social level, and the ability to be and feel safe outside of that survival mode that we were in constantly, because they're energetic beings. Mamas, daddies, grandmas, grandpas, teachers, you are all extensions of this family, and you represent what they need. Your energy is how they are going to practice feeling safe and getting their nervous system to remember if they had a previous experience or learn for the first time that it is okay to just be with another safe, trusted person. So humanity, that is at the core of everything I believe, everything I teach, every course I create, every seminar that I present. Humanity. As we reset and move into the fall of 2025, see if you can look into yourself and then look into your children and peek into who they really are. Well, remembering constantly, this just needs to be a filter that's in your mind, in your brain, in your heart, that they've been through it. This is one of the most challenging things because if you're talking about a kiddo who was 1 year old when the world shut down, you now have a 6-year-old. If you're talking about a kiddo who wasn't even born yet when the world shut down, you might have a 3-year-old, a 4-year-old. By 3, 4, 5, 6 years old, they have big behaviors. If they're not able to regulate their own emotions, if they don't understand in a nervous system capacity, a biological capacity, how to feel calm and safe in their body, they have big behaviors. And we tend to hone in on the behaviors. We see them. We hear them. They're visible. They're audible. They're quantifiable. And so we go straight to what's wrong and trying to fix the wrongness that's our perception that comes through a behavior. If you are serious, absolutely serious about unraveling and getting to the core of what the struggle is internally that leads to the inability to behave, then this is the big work. And I know it's a lot. Wanting to do it and knowing how to do it are very different things. But all I'm saying today is observe it. Observe it. And when you observe this child is in a challenging moment, then apply your filter with a because statement. This explosive behavior is happening because they do not have trust in their nervous system, the ability to regulate their own emotions. So the emotion moves through them in a very physical way, a very loud way. If you can practice just naming that, you will be setting yourself up to have some natural compassion and empathy for these big kids, because they're getting big, with big behaviors. I think that it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway, that if you take a child who I've just described and your reaction to their big behavior is blame, shame, judgment, you should have, you could have, why don't you ever? You are fueling the fire. You are fanning and expanding their uncomfortableness, their confusion, their overwhelm, and pushing them right back into survival mode. The observation allows you a little bit of emotional distance so that you can remember why this is happening, what is happening inside their body and their brain, and that there's going to be some real intentional work that needs to happen to move them to a new space. And the tricky part is it's all about tolerance. As humans, we have to build up the ability to tolerate something for periods of time. And we usually use this within the framework of hard things, struggle bus things, or big goals, or physical ability, right? The ability to run 3 miles is something I never could have had the tolerance, the physical body tolerance for a year and a half ago. But now 3 miles is easy peasy lemon squeezy for my body. And so I'm able to push the boundary and ask it to tolerate more. The same is true with the good The same is true with the positive. The same is true with the humanity connection points. The same is true about feeling safe and loved and respected and honored. And I know that it sounds a little wild. It's probably counterintuitive as you're listening because, of course, we all want to feel safe. So it seems like when we are feeling that way, when our body is in a safe, trusted space, it should always feel good. But remember, this is a continuum. And these kids' nervous system was perpetually stuck in survival mode, cortisol pumping all the time as they absorbed all the energy and all the worry and all the anxiety and all the overwhelm and all the fear during a extended period of time. And so when you experience something as a consistent mode of being over an extended period of time, it becomes your safety space. I'm going to say that again because it's important. When you experience something, whether it's good or bad, over an extended period of time, it becomes your baseline. It becomes your safety space. This is why trauma kids, this is why kids in the foster care system or who have experienced childhood trauma struggle to fully attach to a safe, loving, kind home. They don't know what it feels like. It actually makes them uncomfortable. Chaos is what they are used to. Unpredictability and confusion and overwhelm is what feels comfortable and safe. There's a lot of research on attachment reattachment disorder. That's the foundation of it. So as you move into this next phase of the year, and a lot of change is happening and things are starting to feel a little different, just keep all this in the back of your mind. Because we as adults have made the transition back, but we had a really big foundation to pull from, a pre-COVID foundation to pull from. Your children need so much more time, so much more practice, so much more love, extra respect, extra honesty, extra connection. Lean in to the humanity. All right, with that reset, I'm really excited to see where we're going to take this podcast, and I'm putting together a whole bunch of new episodes for you. But always know that the ability to produce only comes when we are feeling safe in who we are. So step into this next week, accepting your kiddos for where they are right now, who they are right now, and what they have been through over the last 5 years. Until our next episode, stay mindful and proactive as we transform the toddler years.